Time to make the donuts. Oh, somebody got a ticket on their car. One thing about my town, they don't play about that overnight parking on the street. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. It's Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. I'm so glad I made it to the end of the week, y'all. Like, last week seemed long, even though it was a short week, but this week seemed even longer. I don't know what it is about having a day off that just makes you, I don't know what that is. There's got to be some psychology behind that. Some that I have not studied. I'm driving in this neighborhood, right? Well, my neighborhood. I just left my house. Hello, D. Scott. Good morning, D. Scott. Good morning, encrypted wolf. Because what is a wolf if it isn't encrypted, right? He said, hello, gorgeous. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I have a couple of things to do before I head into the office, so I was like, let me do a live stream, even though I know Dr. Thunder's live and some other folks are going live soon. You know, that used to actually hold me back from doing live streams, knowing that other people were live that I actually watch and that I know people I know watch. I was like, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but there's literally no way to not do that. And so then I got over it and I was like, well, I'll just go live and whoever pops in, pops in. Oh, he's driving along to work too. All right, cool. If you hear me sniffle or wipe my eyes, it's because I have allergies, and all week my allergies have actually been off the hook. Today they're not so bad, but earlier this week it was like, bruh, please give me some relief. I deserve some relief. Yesterday, Mr. Z did a live stream in which he featured Medium Man, and Medium Man was using the clips from when my mom was on the Rolanda Watts show in his live stream. So it was interesting to see somebody use that clip that's like at this point almost 30 years old. I am trying to make a right and you are trying to make a left. Go ahead and make your left because you are holding up traffic. Oh man, what's going on this street? It's never this backed up. Oh, there must be an emergency. I see some vehicles up above. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, suspect captured. Hopefully, same with me. And hey, better you. Gender Warlord Reloaded. I'm gonna need people to relax. It's a Friday morning. We almost through the work week. Let's all get to where we're going in one piece. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, it was kind of cool to see that clip being used again. But what sucks about it is, and like me and my mom have dissected this on my channel, and if you didn't see it, then I can understand you being a little leery about me and what I'm here for and all that good stuff, because in the clip or on the show, she says, my daughter is okay with interracial dating. She doesn't say my daughter interracially dates. Notice that she does not say that. She does not say that because that was not happening. While I have no issue with other people doing it, It is not my preference. And at the time, uh, they say that I'm 15 in that clip, but that was actually months before I actually turned 15. We said that just to be able to get me to be on the show, because back in that time, you had to sign paperwork to appear on camera. And, there were laws about being under a certain age. And so my mom fibbed a little bit and said that I was 15, to get me, even though like I was literally like 3 months away from my 15th birthday at that time. Because I remember, the reason why I remember that is because what I was wearing. And I remember that I my birthday's in July, and this was during the school year. This was during the end of the school year when this was filmed. And so I know I hadn't quite um made it to 15 yet. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters is there were people in Z's chat being like, "Oh, so she's a divester." And earlier in thank you, gender warlord, but earlier in the week somebody was in Roger's chat accusing me of being a divester. And here's the thing, this is why I feel like there would be some value to having some kind of, even though it would be invasive, yes, there would be some value into having like some sort of vag facts. Like, we have car facts. If you could have vag facts where people can vouch for being either in or around your vagina, so that other people can see for themselves, aside from whatever you tell them, like, oh, hey, this person and I did this or did not do this. And I know people will lie, but like, it's like when it's my word against men's word, there's no what are you doing? The light is green. Please, let's go. Thank you. Georgia plates. Georgia plates. In New Jersey. But anyway, yeah, I have liked a couple of white men. I'm not gonna lie about that. When I was younger in college, I had a crush on this one dude for sure. But it never went past that. And it was those experiences that helped open my eyes about how white men see black women. And via the experiences of some of my friends who were dating white men also helped open my eyes, because it was then that I realized, like, okay, I just let somebody turn because there's traffic. Anyway, it was then that I realized, like, okay, they're here for a short while, but they're definitely not walking us down the aisle. Like, I saw a girl be with this guy for our entire undergrad career. And by the time we all graduated, yeah, move up. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. I do have a little bit of road rage. Yeah, cat facts. Cat facts. Especially that. Exactly. Hold on, let me read. I worked for the power line clearing company with the orange bucket truck and chipper you passed a minute ago. They're located all over the country. Oh, I didn't even notice them. uh, yeah, I be having road rage, but like, the thing is, when I moved to Texas, a lot of that got taken out of me, and I was really proud of myself because I became more patient as a driver. But then when I came back to Jersey, it was like, bloop, right back. But anyway, yeah, so I know I have nothing to prove, and to whoever is interested in me, like, none of that will matter. But yeah, I've never dated a white man. I've just never done it. Like, and it's not on my bucket list. It's not something I'm trying to do. It's not like I'm actively pursuing it. As a matter of fact, there was a man in Texas that was very interested in me, a white man, and no, I couldn't, I wouldn't, I'm not. The closest I've ever come to dating or being with a white man is kissing one. And it was like an innocent adolescent, is this what we're supposed to do kind of kiss, right? um and I have no qualms about that. I have no shame about it. It is part of the experience that brings you the Latoya you see today. But I have, again, I'm very far from being a divester. I have no interest in becoming one. I love black men. Every day I see a black man that I'm like, damn, y'all are just fine. Y'all are just amazing. Y'all are elite. There is no other man for me. And I understand that the odds are stacked against me, not just because of my age, but also because of socioeconomic factors. But I still believe that there is a black man out there for me that I'm going to get to love up on, hug up on, kiss up on forever. I believe that. And I can't wait to have that. So there's my spiel about me not being a divester. And although I don't have an issue with interracial dating, it is not for me. When I was first starting to like boys, I was very much into Hispanic guys, but I'm gonna charge that up to my father's side of the family being Dominican. I'm gonna charge that up to that, and like just being an innate thing that just kind of happened, especially because of where we were living at the time, and just the kind of people I was around, surrounded by. But yeah, like once I became a woman and had my first relationship with a black man, and learned about what it takes to be in a relationship and how I want to show up in relationship, it's been on and popping for black men ever since. And I know I've told y'all this, I prefer a dark man. I prefer a dark-skinned man. However, the many different hues that black men appear in are just fine with me. There are some really attractive brown-skinned men. Now, and I make no apologies for it, but like light-skinned men just don't turn my eye. They don't turn my head. They don't. They don't. Will I admit if one is attractive? Sure. Have I seen some that are? Yes. Are they my cup of tea? No. Is that what I typically go for? No. But if you dark skinned, you gonna get me to turn my head every single time. At least if you dark skinned. You don't even have to be cute. But if you're dark skinned, I'm going to turn my head. I'm looking. And I'm also not partial to a specific body type. Like, I don't really have a preference as far as that goes, because you could be chunky, you could be thin, you could be tall, you could be short. It has everything to do with how you carry it. It has everything to do with the level of confidence that you have, that I can see. That energy, I'm from Texas. Non-black people are gonna approach you. Yo, that's true. In Texas, I got approached by so many Mexican men that I was like, bro, are y'all doing this? Is this what y'all are doing? I didn't know, like the first time it happened, I didn't know what to say, because the man was actually speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm like, okay, I know a little bit, but also I know regional Spanish. I know Northeast Spanish. I don't know Texas Spanish. That's a different kind of Spanish. Odds in your favor. I was like, I like who likes me. Just so happened it was always sisters, and I have no complaints. Sexual chocolate for the win. Yes. Mild traffic disgust is cute. That's funny. But yeah, I like who likes me too. But right now I'm focused. Like, I actually just had to have a conversation with somebody that was showing interest in me, and I was like, You know, right now I'm just focused on getting back on my feet. Like, I don't want to lead you on. I don't want to make you think this is going to turn into something that I know it's not. You cool and all, but hard pass. And I understand that you have to be intentional about dating if you want to be in a relationship. I just know that he was not on the type of time that I'm on. And rather than go through the motions, let's not even start. Because it's, you know, it's also, I don't know if you guys have to deal with this. And I know it has to do with where I'm from, so pardon me for making this hyper local. But if you've grown up in a small town, and by small, I mean like 10,000 or less, to the point where when you were in school, you all knew each other. Like, you knew everybody in your class. You knew everybody in your graduating class. You know, you've had at least one high school reunion. So when you come back to the area, folks know you. Folks remember you. And this was a guy that I went to school with that we never were interested in each other during school. He was a few grades ahead of me, but we knew each other because he had a younger brother that was in my grade. Anyway, I'm against dating people that I went to school with at this point. I feel like that was something you did when you were younger, but at this big age, I'm not reaching back into high school to be like, hey, what's up with you? And I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine about that, and he was saying the same thing because we all went to school together. So I told him who the guy was. He's like, oh yeah, you could do better than that, number one. But number two, I understand where you're coming from. And I was like, yo, what's up with that? Like, why do dudes in our town, like, what is that about? Like, because there's been a couple of guys that tried to get at me since I came back to Jersey, and I'm like, we went to school together. I know who you've had children with. I know who you've been inside. Like, even if me and her were not cool, like, that's enough for me to be like, no. And it's not even a loyalty thing. It's not even a girl code thing. It's just a ew. Like, I'd rather date somebody I don't know your history. Like, I can't reach out and pick in a lineup who I know that you've been in. Like, I don't, call me crazy, but the world is big enough for us to not have overlap. So yeah, had to dub him. Had to dub that guy. Had to dub two guys for that very reason. The other guy was just, I'm going to refrain from saying anything else. Shit, I was related to half my graduating class. My pops kept telling I couldn't date certain girls, but waited till high school to say y'all related. Stop that. That's funny. Said, not that serious, baby girl. No, it's not. I'm not. Did I try to make it that serious? I don't think I did. But, you know, this is how my mind works. I'm just cluing y'all in on my thought process. Definitely not that serious. But since we were talking about, you know, divestment and preferences, I figured I'd give a little insight as to what has been going on with my dating life. That's all. What do you mean, UFO? I'm done with relationships, or I'd put my bid in. What? Oh, you're talking about with me. Okay. I gotcha. Our kids would be fine. UFO kamikaze, if you and I were, let's just say in a dream, you know, if you and I were in a relationship and we ended up having children, our children would be good looking. You ever look at somebody and be like, damn, our kids would be fine? I do that all the time. I'll be looking at people like, you know what, with my features and his features, we would make some good looking babies. I be thinking like that. Oh, when I woke up this morning, I was just grateful that it was Friday and that we have made it to another weekend. We are smack dab in the middle of September now. And the last half of this year, the fact that we're already here is crazy, but I just feel like it's moving so fast. 2026 will be here before we know it. It's 64 degrees in New Jersey right now. That's why you see me in this sweater. I got on jeans. But like, I'm not ready for the fall. What if y'all click back up at the reunion? That's a one night experience. Like the reunion, yeah. Like yeah. I'm looking forward to our 20 year. But you know, I'm the same girl I was in high school in terms of like my temperament and the things that make me smile. Like those are, I'm very much her still. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to, oh shoot, I should have stayed in that lane because, oopsie, I'm supposed to be making a right up here. But look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna try to make the right anyway. Because that's what we do in Jersey. We try to get in front of folks. Anyway, you got some good breaks. Okay, I'm not sure what made you say that, but I think I'm just a good driver. I feel some type of way. I'm dark as the ace of spades and all my kids keep ending up 2 shades darker than Drake. Well, that has everything to do with who you're having children with, better you. You are having children with light-skinned. But yeah, the reunion, it's a vibe. The reunion is a vibe. I don't take that as license to do something strange with somebody, especially if you wouldn't have done it previously. But yeah. There's nobody. Like, there's probably somebody I went to school with that I would see as attractive, but like the saying that ship has sailed applies here for a reason. Third War Colombian. Shout out to you, Third. I'm in the second to right lane, but I'm waiting for the light to turn green before I make my right, because everybody in the right lane is going because there's no traffic coming yet. And if I make my turn, I gotta try to turn all the way over into the left lane so that I don't cut anybody off. Strategy, folks, strategy. We did it, Joe. Put my visor down because that sun is coming right in. I'm super early because, like I said earlier, I have some stops to make before I go into the office. So I'm like, let me just go do them now. This message is held for review. No, I'm not in traffic. Not click up meaning sex. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that's what you meant because that's how my mind works. And probably because I'm also in need of some sex. But I digress. No, yeah, like, you know what I also realized recently, and I know y'all can't see my face good, but what I also recently realized is that the friendships that I had in high school actually weren't friends. Somebody could have told me, but nobody did. I look back on pictures and I'm like, yo, there I was friends with some mean girls and I didn't know it. Like, I knew they were mean girls, but I didn't know they were mean to me, because they weren't mean to me in my face. They were doing it behind my back for years. And it wasn't until I was a fully blown adult that I realized that that's what was happening, and that the same things that they were doing when we were all in group together, talking about other girls and, so on and so forth, that they were doing it to me too. It's just that they were doing it behind my back. So clicking up, not necessarily. Now, there were some people I was friends with in high school that weren't like that, and that genuinely, like, I was talking about this the other day. I bumped into somebody at the store who I hadn't seen in a while, but she and I were always cool. Like, I just wasn't a part of her main friend group, her core friend group. But we were cool, and so when we saw each other, we exchanged numbers and said that we would hang out, go out to catch up soon. So people like her, I would really be happy to see at the reunion. And yes, I would click up for sure. Haha, he said, very much relatable. It's been way too long. I can believe that. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I'm probably only cool with 2 people from high school. Everyone else I used to be cool with from high school started acting funny since we graduated. Yeah, that's what they do. People start acting funny style, and they expect you not to notice. And it's like, for those of us who have maintained the same heart throughout the years, it's disappointing because, I'm a very genuine person, and to know me, you would know that. Like, y'all know me on YouTube, but if you knew me in real life, it's even greater. Whatever vibe you pick up on me, whatever energy you pick up off of me, it's genuine, it's real. But you're only getting a modicum of that because we're only connecting via a screen. But if you were to spend time with me in person, hey, Kenshawn. Oh my God, yes, they are. They are from Erica Lachey. You're like the first person who has clocked that, Kenshawn. I get compliments on them all the time, but most people don't know that they're from her. I have 2 pair of her earrings. I have the bigger version of these too, but I only wear those when I have my hair really short, or if I decide to put my hair up, like completely up, because it's only up in the front right now. I'll wear those because they're so big. But yeah, they are Erica Lachey's earrings. I have bought her earrings for as gifts. I've bought them multiple times for myself, because I think a good earring is all the jewelry I need. I don't necessarily need to wear a necklace and rings every day or a bracelet, but sometimes I do. One thing I do not leave the house without, though, is a pair of earrings. But yes, thank you for noticing. I'll be at my first stop shortly. So I don't know if I'll end the live when I get there, or if I will keep it on and just put you guys on. I don't know. I think I'll end it because I don't know how long it'll probably take me somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. And I don't want to keep y'all hanging for that amount of time without anything to look at or to listen to. Kenshawn. Another thing I love about myself I love many things about myself, but another thing I love about myself is that I have really good eyesight. My mom threatens that the older I get, the more I'm probably gonna need glasses because she needs glasses. She wears glasses, but I do not. I do wear blue light lenses sometimes if I've been working on a computer all day, which is every day, but like sometimes it does start to affect your eyes. Like you can feel, it's not that it affects my eyes in a way that I can't see, that I've had to a screen than I needed to in that day, and so I'll put on my blue lens glasses, blue light glasses, so that it can kind of dull the effects, because it will give you a headache. Not to mention, like when I sleep, if I'm stressed out, I'll grind my teeth, and that also gives you a headache. I don't know. Shout out to my overthinkers. Shout out to my teeth grinders, my fellow teeth grinding family. If you are a teeth grinder, put a 1 in the chat. I was talking to somebody about that the other day too, like how I probably need to get a mouth guard for at night. Alonzo! Hey Alonzo. Good to see you. Yeah. Friday. It's Friday. Da, 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 da. You know, all this talking about neurodivergence in the past few years, because I feel like it has ramped up, has me wondering, like, am I on the spectrum? I don't think I am, but I wouldn't put it past me to have some kind of neurospiciness, because, you know, I have this tendency, I just said it, I have this tendency to overthink. But even like with the smallest of things, I will go off the deep end about them. Does that make me neurodivergent? Or am I just putting 20 on 10? And I don't know, like apparently the testing is very expensive. So that's why folks don't do it in their adulthood, because it's something that you try to catch in childhood. But since my childhood is way behind me, I just wonder if that was a miss. Because when I was a kid, I got put in all the gifted and talented programs. I was like, you know, in advanced classes all the way up and through high school, to the point where even before high school, the administration wanted to skip me. And I'm grateful that I was put into classes with older students, but I'm also grateful that I was not technically skipped, because I think developmentally I am very much a part of my age group. But I was also a late bloomer, so I think that would have done me a disservice to put me in with kids who were older, that were experiencing things that I was nowhere near ready for. Yes, I back into all the spots that I park in, you guys. I don't know if you noticed that. But y'all have been on the phone with me while I've been driving, so y'all may have seen that already. I can put a 1 for my wife. She's a teeth grinder and overthinker too. Yeah, I mean, we're some of the most wholesome women, but yeah, it's not a good habit. It's really not. Life be lifing, and I use my brain. Yep. Yes, my mom would be a cool mom-in-law to have. She really would. She would. Um, she's not always been the coolest mom, but she would be a cool mother-in-law for sure. Thank you for putting that in the chat, Third Ward. Like, share, and subscribe. No, most humans think 65,000 thoughts a day, and being in a state for 24 hours is the key joy. comes from within. Hold it like a football. Don't fumble, and see if you can help a teammate on the way. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that is what I do. That is who I am. That is how I live my life. I'm not even going to hold y'all. That's definitely a big part of my day. That's why I always end my streams with peace, ease, and whatever you please, because I really mean that. But also, it's something that I live by. I think that every day that you wake up to see is an opportunity to find joy. And even when things don't go the way you want them to, and it, this is part of me being a Leo too, because I'm just chronically optimistic. um yes, I've had my fair share of downs in life, some of which I've talked about. I've even come on YouTube and cried about them. Not my proudest moment, but very real. However, the reason why y'all see me smiling so much and being in such a positive disposition is because I am committed to finding the joy in everything, no matter what it is. Um, I can hold space for when things are not great, knowing that they will be again someday. That's that. Kenshawn says, I've studied this and it's easily neuroscience based, or the reticular activated system, and what has to be reprogrammed for fortune not sulking. Yeah, I mean, look, life will give us enough reasons to sulk. Life will give us enough reasons to be sad. But, like, do we hold on to them or do we move on from them? Right? Like, what are we doing? So now that I've parked, I am going to end this stream. Hopefully you have all hit the like button. But before I go, I want to do a fit check so y'all can see. I'm wearing some new jeans today. I don't know. Is this good lighting? Let's see. Where can I prop my phone up at? Because I'm in a parking lot and I can't. Okay, wait. This could work. This could work. Hold on. Let me know if you can see. I know it's crooked, but okay, yeah, no, that's not gonna work because let me see if I can put it in there on my front bumper. There's somebody that just pulled into the parking lot. She looks like she wants to park right here, so then she moved. Did you hear the acceleration? She moved as soon as I said that. Hey, Toya, have a great day. KP from KC5. Hey. I've noticed that about you and felt that was one of your best qualities. Being happy in uncertain times is a great quality to possess. Thank you. Thank you, Third. Better You says, have a beautiful day. Yeah, forgiveness has so many tunnels. Word is bond. It's not always easy to be on the end of the forgiver, but it's beneficial. Okay. I got my belly out a little bit, y'all. It's Friday, so I feel like I can do that. Just want to let that come. Here's my kid. This is simple. Wide leg jean. Oh, turn around. See, the booty I don't have. And I'm wearing some white sneakers. Just a casual, Friday fit. And hold on. If I put my phone on I should have done this from the beginning. I should have just put it on the car door. You killing them, always flexing on the ladies at the office. Not really. Yes, it is comfy. It's a very comfortable fit. Very comfortable fit. Very comfy. Super comfy. Yes. I could just put my hands in my pockets. I did not wear a belt today, but that's okay. I'm getting my little white shoe wear in now while I can, because you know what they say, you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. But I'm a rebel, you guys. All right, so thanks for tapping in with me this morning. I will check in with you guys later on. I'll see you in the YouTube streets on some of the other people that we both mutually follow. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for being alive. And have a good day. Peace, ease, and whatever you please, y'all. I mean it. Mwah.